Okay, I just came through these doors. It said exit. I've never been this way. So I'm in a little hallway. But this is a little bit. This is something right here. It's really weird. I got in the mall and got to a particular store. I was looking at some graphic tees. Oh, and all of a sudden started not feeling too good. This is kind of neat. It's different handprints on the pole. Oh no, this tells me something's been going on in here. Let me get out of this thing. I don't even, well, where did I walk out? If you go in somewhere and you start feeling sick all of a sudden, and there's something going on. And it's not just, it doesn't have to be right, it doesn't have to be of this world either. Hello. It's been a little bit, and I was actually about to go to bed, and then I had a thought that also I had a little itch, and I was reaching back by my bag to scratch it, and then I realized, wait a minute, I've been a little silent for a couple of weeks. A lot going on. Some of it wasn't so good. Some of it hasn't been so good. And what I thought I'd just throw out here, since it's wrapping up Sunday, in the U.S. anyway, on the East Coast. I'm wrapping up my Sunday to try to go to bed and get started for another work week. Trying to gear up for Thanksgiving and realize all the things I'm thankful for. And all the people that have passed through my life that I'm thankful for, and some that I believe will still be in it. But what happened is, a couple of weeks ago, and I'm dropping this out because I know I'm not the only one. My brother was mentioning something, and I felt really bad about him. But a couple of weeks ago, I was working on my what I was going to be putting out as a really a longer, more involved video than what I usually do, with some content. And anyway, I've been praying and stuff, and I'm changing up some things. Something really good is about to happen. And the thing is, 2 weeks ago I was walking up to the mall, and I walked in, and I had only, when I walked past, there had been a fair, a traveling fair amusement place had been here, and that was just a couple of months ago. And I walked up there and was like, hold on a minute, this fair was just here not long ago. And as I walked through past some trailers, I got some very unsettling feelings of walking through past these. They're like camper travel trailers, and there were some things there are things that happen in there. Well, I was not feeling great about these, but I went on in the mall. I was just actually just getting out, and I needed to pick up some scent plug-in things for a Christmas scent. And I got in there, and I was like, I wasn't really feeling it. So I walked into one other store, and as I walked into the store, it was the overall vibe in the store was a little off. And then I was looking at some sale items, and I found this shirt, and there's a shirt, the shirt said baby girl on it. It said baby girl. And I know that means something different to a lot of people, but it's got a different meaning to me than what some people might consider it. So I was like, oh, here's a baby girl shirt. I'm going to get this shirt. And I can wear this where, not out in public unless I'm exercising, but it was mainly to wear at home. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get my baby girl shirt. I think this baby girl shirt's here for me. But then all of a sudden, I was overcome with, it was I was fine. And all of a sudden, it was like, whoosh. And then this voice was like, you better get out of here. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to listen to this voice because the way I'm feeling right now, I'm going to cause a mess in their floor. I'm not feeling great. So I started walking out, and then I ended up walking out and taking an exit door from this mall. I have lived here 24 years. And I have never walked down this corridor in this mall to exit. And I'll probably just zip it in to this video. Short story long, which I tend to do, is I ended up that night, I could not move. I could move, but it wasn't a movement that had any substance to it. And you've seen me. I've been walking, I've been doing weights, 2 weeks, I have not been able to do any of it. 2 weeks. That day, something attacked me. I feel that it came from that fair, but I can't, you never know. But it was the overall feeling I got when I passed through. It was the feeling I got when I passed out away from it. And then from that moment, I was in excruciating pain for a day and a half, a good day and a half, nauseated, laying in a bathroom floor for an hour, not knowing how I was going to get up and get my dog outside because I live by myself. I had some old medication for nausea. The nausea was going to be there. This was, if you are a woman or if you are a guy who has seen your woman give birth and you know that pain, in all of my years since the one time I gave birth, this is the only time I have ever felt like I was giving birth. Except I didn't give birth. It was just that bad of an overall, my body hurt. But the pain, and it's hitting it's something. Things are getting stronger. The Karma Computer doesn't want this to be discussed. And I've already talked to Karma Computer, so I will discuss certain things. The fact is, I have never felt like I was in labor. And this wasn't like something to joke about, like, oh, yeah, go give labor, go to the bathroom. No, it wasn't like that. I lay here with my dog trying to figure out how to help me in labor for something until I fell asleep and it was gone. No one can go, hey, it was probably this, or it might have been this, maybe you did this. Nope, I already covered all of that. The next day, it all started. There had been a slight itch on my back, and it all started. The itch grew and turned out to be shingles. And that's no fun. Now, to me, I know some people end up in the hospital with shingles, and I feel for them. Mine didn't get that bad. The thing is, I was spiritually attacked. I knew I was spiritually attacked at the moment at the mall when I got sick, because I'm almost 100% sure, and I'll go back as I'm added in, that I said this seems more like something a little more supernatural than what it is. This was a spiritual attack. The reason I've been under spiritual attack, or why that was a spiritual attack, is because I have not lost my faith in something that seems impossible. I have been given tests, and as we all are, I've been given tests that have challenged my mind, have made me question worthiness of different things. And these tests, they are, you get these tests and you have an external force that's going to say, hey, you're not, what are you trying to do? You're not, that's not you anymore. You can't do that. That's not you. You can't. You're not worthy. Whatever the case is, the voice starts. And then when you go, hey, great system of control says otherwise, I follow the great system. I still have my faith. And I don't know how it's going to work, but I know that once I lose faith, that's it. I'm not losing faith. Spiritual attack comes up and goes, well, I'm going to dig at you until you lose faith. Well, it's been doing this to me all my life, and it's probably been doing it to you all your life. Some people lose the faith, and I almost did. I owe a great debt of gratitude to the person who no matter how it came about, I owe a great debt of gratitude, because somewhere the great system of control worked through them and was like, however this works, however they do this, she's not going to lose faith. We're not going to let them take claim on her. And they didn't. But that spiritual attack, well, that's nothing to play with. You have to recognize it, and then you have to revert to your faith, because you can fight. But when you are weakened like this is a weakened state. We can weaken the spiritual attacks, or the spirits that do attack. We can weaken them, but they can sure weaken us. The strength comes from the Father. So as long as you stay in the mindset that the great system of control is your power source, and you tap into that power source, you will persevere. Now, the whole point in this thing was to get me, because it knows, hey, all we have to do is get her to feel pain, to be like she can't work. We'll get her to where she can't work, to where she's dependent on whatever, where she can't walk, where she can't do any exercise, and we'll just systematically take her down. And that's what they're trying to do. That's a spiritual attack, because then you're desperate enough to fall for anything they throw at you. So hopefully everybody stays. I hope to be back soon. I don't know. I had a big production, and I actually put a minor investment in it, very minor, because my money is so tight. But I was going to do this little creative thing, shot a few clips of it, and I may still put some out. But things are going to be changing up. I think it's time for some of us to stick together, and I'm hoping that we will. It doesn't matter if you're if you're in the U.S. or another country. I think we can all stick together, and especially if we're all on the same page, and especially if we all have something in common as to what we might have dealt with, and in life or presently, or something we've seen a loved one deal with. And it's time to stop falling for what they want us to fall for and fighting for humanity and the win, and to make sure, because I can put up my little bicep. Well, this is my bigger one because it's the torn one, but there's power, there's strength in numbers. Everybody knows that. I don't have to give that out, but it's been a long one, and I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to tell you, I've been battling a spiritual attack since the last post I did, and it manifested as, first of all, it couldn't get me as presenting itself as a little virus, and then it turned into shingles. Interesting thing about those shingles is they turned up as a heart-shaped rash in almost the middle of my back. So I have to broaden communications, learn a new language or something.
You're heading for the park. A perfect meeting place, if I could only arrange it.